This is Jeanette Keynes from Jewelry Arts Inc., also known as Dr. Goldsmith. In this video, I'm going to show you some of my best techniques for fusing thick wires together. We use this for fine silver, for Argentium, and for 22 karat gold. And if you're not using my little extra technique, your seam is probably going to end up a little shrunken.
So I just want to show off, look at these beautiful tanzanites. Are you fucking kidding me? We'll just start with, are you fucking kidding me? Look how beautiful they are. Hubba, hubba. So basically, here's the scenario. Anne wants a thick wire around her bezel, which I think she may or may not set some little tiny stones in. I see the thumbs up happening over there, you know what I mean? Now, there's a couple things that I want you to know about this. So first of all, the easiest way to do this when you have like a bezel, we got a bezel for our stone and we want a thick wire around it. Don't solder the bezel down first and then solder the wire down. It is a total pain in the ass and it's very hard to get it to lay flat. And then the solder, you have to add it from the outside. It's like super visible. You know what I mean? It's all like. And then the one. So it's interesting. We saw this is the back sheet if you want to. So where was I?
Putting solder in there, super visible. 8 thumbs down to solder.
Oh yeah.
Sheet and then solder the wire from the outside.
So basically, I'm going to tell you the easiest way to do it is to make the bezel. We make the wire to fit beautiful and tight. And then we're going to fit the wire over the bezel and solder the wire and the bezel down to the back sheet at once. And we're going to put the solder down inside the bezel. Now, when we actually do that, I'll do another little video to show you. But I cannot tell you how much better and easier that's going to make your life. You will not fucking believe it.
And how beautiful it will look.
I don't know. There's something mysterious happening? Okay. So the other issue that happens when you're fusing a thick wire together. Now we could solder this wire shut, but a lot of times what happens is then that seam reopens when you're soldering. And Anne's like going, ask me how I know. So what I like to do is I like to fuse it, right? But if you fuse it with a thick wire like that, a lot of times the seam kind of melts in a little bit and it's more noticeable because when you look at that wire, it's going to be like forward facing. So any little spot that's a little thinner is going to be much more noticeable. If that were a ring shank, that thin, slightly thinner little spot would be soldered right underneath the bezel and you'd never notice it, you'd never see it, or you'd position it at the bottom right here. Either way, like it works, it's all good, you don't notice it. But for this, when it's going to be that circle, you would notice it. So what I said, like what we're going to do is we're going to get it butted together really nice, but we're also going to shove a little extra piece of sheet in there. That's just like some 26 gauge sheet. It could have been 30 gauge sheet, thin, and it's scrap. It's just clean. So what I did was we took an old bezel that had some kind of emotional issue, right? And it had, that's why it was in scrap. And I shoved it down in there. And I'm going to emphasize this, and I want you to like absorb it. Do not cut a little tiny piece and then try to shove it in there. You can't hold on to that little fuck and it'll make you mental. Hold on to the big piece, shove it in there, and then trim. Can't emphasize that enough. So then we have this. You see what I mean? Like we've got a little bit of extra. And what I'm going to do for the fusing, like a little thin wire, I'll just do it right on my solderite board or charcoal block or whatever, right? But for something like that's bigger and thicker, I am going to do it in the kiln. Like, do you have to do it in the kiln? No. But I mean, if you have one, having that background heat is going to make your life a lot easier. So like everything else, everything is about the prep. You know what I mean? Like shove it in, and then I'm going to pop it in the kiln and we're going to fuse it just like you would, almost anything else. Ta-da! I'm going to pop it in there on a nice hot spot. I'm going to use the 0 tip. I'm going to get the whole thing hot so the seam is glowing really bright. And then what I do is I position the flame right at the edges of that sheet and kind of melt it in a little bit. I'm trying to get that extra metal toward my seam in, exactly right. And then whatever's excess, I can trim and I can file. Now there'd be cleanup either way, but by doing it this way, the seam will be really nice and filled, and it's not going to look different than the rest of it. And this is one of those things, like, if you haven't had it happen to you before, you might think like, oh, what's the big deal? Like, trust me, it's going to look a whole lot better by doing this. And on top of all that, if you're setting little stones in there, your eyes are really going to go to it. So a spot that's a little thinner is NG. Okay, so I'm going to spark up the torch like so. Nice zero tip. I'm going to use the lid to cast a shadow like so. Because, you know, basically the darker it is, the easier you can see everything. And I'm going to heat around and get everything hot. And you'll notice as it gets hotter and hotter, the space where the seam is glows bright. Gives you a nice, you see that? Beautiful. So now I'm going to tickle it a little bit and sort of start melting that little sheet in. I'm not necessarily going to melt in every bit of it, but I'm basically driving that extra metal toward my seam. You see that? How that just got dark and filled in on my side. I'm not sure. Okay, so then I'll switch it, but I'm going to just tilt it a little bit and heat it just so that you can see, and then I'll do the other side. You see that as I get it really hot. Now, it doesn't get that bright orange anymore because that seam's filled in. Okay, so I'm going to turn that other side toward me and do that a little bit. Yeah, it's like, you know, once the seam fills in, it doesn't get super bright anymore, you know? Okay, so I'm going to do this, get it hot again. Oh, actually, yeah, this side's done too. You see how now when I get that hot, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Okay, so that looks really good. I'll take it out. And like for me, I'll just take my nippers, cut, file a little bit. But now you know your seam is like, it'll be full and beautiful and the same thickness as everything else. And I mean, you know, OCD, it's fun for you and me, but shit like this, the details matter. And you will really notice it as like a halo around your stone if one spot's thinner. So I don't recommend soldering this, but if you were going to solder it, I'd probably do the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd still would add a little bit of extra metal so that you do, because either way, you end up with that little thinner spot. For a ring shank, it doesn't matter. But for this, you really will see the difference. And when we get this all cleaned up and stretched to fit and we're going to solder together, I'll do a video of that and I'll show you that. But makes a big difference. Okay. So I'm using the lid to cast a shadow because basically the darker it is, the easier it is for you to see. If you're like at home and no one else is in the studio, man, just turn off all the lights. But it's hard to do that in a shared studio. Funny, but wrong. So you see that when it gets hot, how bright that seam is? And then I just tickled it and it got dark and filled in, man. Easy peasy like George and Wheezy.
I mean, it wants to.
Yeah, it does. Yes, exactly. I'm going to tilt it over here and see if the other side's done. And if not, do that a little bit. And granted, how much extra sheet it's going to take depends on like how tight your seam is together. Of course, I'm sure no one attempting such a thing would do it if their seam wasn't nice and tight because that would be crazy, but you know. Okay, so you see this side isn't done yet because you see how bright it gets. And then I'm going to, oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, that's it. So you see how beautifully that's filled in? And we just took a nipper and sort of trimmed a little bit of the excess sheet sticking out. And now we'll file it and clean it all up. But it's beautifully filled in and it won't be indented and smaller and stick out in a way that we don't want. So you see that, another close up. And you see how like there's no indent there. So that's going to clean up beautifully. There's the other one. Be gorgeous. So Anna's very kindly letting me show off. Like here's another pair of earrings done with a similar style with the wires around it. And you can see that seam right in front that she soldered, it kind of reflowed a little bit. Now, like, is this like a tragedy of epic proportions? Of course it is not. And it's a beautiful earring. But you know how OCD we are. If you want to avoid that, we use this method.